thanks for the time. I appreciate it. Just I know every year they say it's a new team, right? And
Yeah.
so I just wanted to get your take on the vibe of the team early on. As you guys, I know you guys have been together for a while. It's not like you just at practices, but what vibe do you get from this team and what they're going to bring to the court?
Yeah. I mean, anytime you're at this point of the year, everything's exciting. You're optimistic and anticipating getting ready to play. I think the exciting thing, we're a little younger than we've been, but I do think we're deeper and more athletic than we've been. So I think that's pretty exciting, especially the brand of basketball that that we want to play and like to play. We love to play fast. Love to play with great pace, and we try to use our depth certainly, and I think we've gotten the program now through some really good recruiting years to a point where I think we have that depth and we have that athleticism. We just we're just a little more inexperienced than we've been, but it's super exciting and just looking forward to getting started.
Yeah, well, you have Josh Caldwell back. That's a good starting point, right? I mean, to bring him back and what he brings on both sides offensively and defensively for you guys.
Absolutely, no. I mean, anytime you have the defensive player of the year back, that's a good thing. And then, as you mentioned, he's a talented offensive player. He was our leading scorer last year, and that's a great piece. I mean, on the wing, he's just to be able to put him on the other team's best player, that's certainly helpful. And then we were able to bring, having Jalen Rucker, who started for us as a freshman last year at the point, and Charlie Peterson, who started at the 5. We've got 3 pieces back that played a lot for us last year, so that's super helpful.
What are you looking to see out of Jalen coming into his sophomore year? What are you looking to see him either improve on, or how's he looking?
Yeah, I mean, as a freshman, being able to start every game at the point is super impressive. And I mean, he did a great job for us last year. It's hard to do anywhere. I think it's really hard to do at a service academy when you're juggling a lot of things, and then throw on top of that the challenges of COVID last year. I think just is really impressive that Jalen was able to do that. Selfishly, I think the kid was the player, the rookie of the year in our league last year. He had a solid season. The biggest thing I think is I think he's a much better shooter than he showed as a freshman last year. So I think he's going to be able to score for us more consistently than he did last year.
That's something. I mean, you've had that during your tenure, right? You've had that point guard that has the ability to light it up. But I mean, for him to be so young and have that, that's going to be definitely something that you guys are definitely going to lean on a little bit, right? Or no?
No question. I mean, I was certainly very fortunate to my first 4 years to have Tommy Funk as our starting point guard. I mean, he started every game. For 4 years and continued to improve. I mean, the one thing I think Tommy did was went from where he was as a freshman, where he wasn't really a big time scorer, to working really hard to make himself into that as a junior and senior, and then this year or last year having Jalen step in to try and fill those shoes. Tommy was here with us for 6 months after he graduated as an athletic intern, and that was definitely helpful for Jalen just to be able to lean on him a little bit. We're going to need Jalen to do that. And then Aaron Duhart is somebody who's kind of battled through a lot of injuries, but is somebody else that can handle the point guard role. I think we're going to be able to play both of those guys together and have 2 ball handlers, 2 point guard type players on the court at the same time, who are both capable of scoring.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Aaron and just kind of the passion he brings to the court. I know he's been through a lot, but that's definitely, it seems like, I mean, he's an experienced player for you. It seems like the leadership, but also the passion and the play that he brings to the court, right?
No question. I mean, he's been, as you mentioned, he's been through some tough injuries, and I just have a ton of respect for the way he's handled everything. He's never let those injuries get him down. He's never let those injuries diminish his leadership role on our team. He's fought through a ton of stuff. He was able to be on the court for most of the year last year, and we benefited from that. I mean, he helped us win a number of basketball games last year down the stretch of those games, and looking forward this year to just be able to play him a lot. I think alongside Jalen Rucker, I think it gives us a nice combination on the perimeter of guys that are really, really good with the basketball, but can also score it.
Nice. How you guys looking up front? I know with Charlie and I get back, and I know Matt Dove's coming back up. How you guys looking up front?
Yeah, I mean, Charlie got some great experience last year, playing, sharing minutes with Nick Finke, who had a great senior year for us, and Matt Dove. I think the exciting thing with Matt is he worked really hard, and by the end of the season, he was able to give us a few minutes, and he's been terrific in the summer and fall. It gives us some size and athleticism, just at his size at 6'10", 6'11", that we haven't really had here. And Charlie at probably 6'9". Those two guys have worked incredibly hard. And the way we play, I mean, we play through our post a lot. And the way the game is kind of evolved, the back to the basket post player is not as prevalent. And, you've got to be able to play on the perimeter. You've got to be able to handle the ball and make decisions and pass it. And both guys have worked really hard to be facilitators in our offense and understand what we're trying to do. So we rely heavily on their ability to make decisions and handle the basketball, and they've done a great job.
Is there a younger player that's really stepped up in the off season and early in practice that we Army fans might want to keep an eye on for the season?
Well, Jared Cross played a lot for us last year. I mean, as a freshman, he was very, very good, and we're excited about the steps he's made to continue to improve. I think Chris Mann was somebody that really showed some flashes as a freshman, battled through some adversity last year, and I think he's really worked hard to put himself back in a position to contribute. And then I think one of our freshmen, Nolan Ness from California, has really impressed us with his ability to shoot the basketball and finish around the rim offensively.
Nice. I guess so. New Paltz you start, but then you get you go to Duke, right? It's for your first test, so to speak. I know that's a game that close ties to the program. What do you think the guys can get out of the experience against Duke?
Yeah, I mean, you say Duke's a test. That's kind of like having to take the SAT, ACT, and your final exams all on the same day. But they're really, really good. I mean, it's certainly when you play a team like that, the biggest thing is they're able to expose things that that you have to improve, and it's an awesome experience. I think it's to be able to play in that type of environment, that type of atmosphere, and then throw on top of that just the relationship with Coach K and what he means to our basketball program. It's a really cool opportunity for our players, coaching staff, administrators. I mean, everybody here at West Point, and what Coach K means to West Point. So it's a really cool opportunity, and we're excited about that. We're fortunate we get another game down there against Hartford, who won their league last year. Is probably the best team Hartford's ever had coming back. So I mean, we're gonna get tested, right out of the gate, and I mean, the biggest thing for us is just trying to improve on a daily basis and focus on the process. And we want to be playing our best basketball, as we get into Patriot League play.
Absolutely. I was just going to ask you to finish up here. I asked you earlier about the vibe that you got earlier with this team. I mean, is it just that, as the team goes along the season, you just want them to kind of continue to improve and see where you guys stand at the end? I know Patriot League's always a competitive league, and that if you guys can get in a good place and on a good roll, that sometimes the league could be a little bit up for grabs, so to speak.
Yeah, no question. I mean, it's. I mean, the last 2 years have been like no other in the history of sports. I mean, last year, you don't play a normal schedule. We had to play in pods. I think our team was terrific. It was as good an Army basketball team as we've had, and really proud of what they did. This year is going to be unique because I think probably 3/4 of the top 15 players in our league are all 6th to 5th year seniors and should have graduated last year. So we're younger. We're younger in a league of experienced guys, and we're going to have to play experienced basketball when it comes to January and February. So for us, learning about our team and maturing over the course of the non-conference schedule is going to be key for our success when we get into Patriot League play. And I think we've got the kind of schedule that is going to push us and challenge us and require us to mature quickly.
Absolutely, Coach. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of fun.